Yes guys, we are back down here in Cornwall on a fresh morning. Today we're at Muscle Machine again. We're going to hit a pull session today. We are now in the new year, so we have been taking it easy is the wrong word, allowing our body to rest and recover since the show, because we are now nearly 7 weeks post show. Big news since then, signed with ESN, massive brand, biggest brand in Europe. I've watched them sort of explode over the last 12 months. So I'm very excited to be working with such a cool brand. They have some wicked supplements, really good quality products. So I'm very keen to do 2025 with them. But for now, we're gonna hit a big back day, and we have got some treatment coming on today. We've got some yoga and some lymphatic drainage. So a busy ass day, so we've got to get to it. So we are now this is week 7 now of what in the new age bodybuilding is called health phase. Basically it's where you come off everything, give your body a rest, let it recover. Obviously it's put under a lot of stress through the contest prep, and it was quite a long prep for me, so there were a lot of drugs involved for quite some time. So I need to make sure everything is back to top notch and in perfect health before we push up again. But considering we've come off everything, I'm in a really, really good spot. Strength is really good, body composition is really good. Energy through my training is through the roof. Recovery is fantastic. Obviously I'm doing a lot of things to make sure recovery is on point, but it's definitely the best I've ever looked and the best I've ever felt 7 weeks after the show. So we get our bloods done next week, and providing our health markers are where we are, then we'll sort of push up. We're not going to push our body weight too much. It's not a case of just more is better. We're focusing on better is better. So we're not worried about gaining too much weight. It's just putting on some quality tissue. I'm already about 15-20 pounds up from stage. So I'm in a good spot now. We should push up another 10 pounds, but making sure body composition is on point and we don't go too far out of shape, because realistically at this stage there's no need to. Ouch. The D handle on here. Myself, I want that neutral grip because I'm in a position now where I'm specifically trying to target a certain part of my lat. You find this day and age, too many beginners are following what the pros are doing, which is very sort of specific isolated movements. You need to build a foundation. I spent years just doing deadlifts and rows. That was pretty much my back routine for over 10 years, heavy ass deadlifts and rows. They still have their place now, but I can be a little bit more specific because I've got plenty of tissue in my back, but we need to look at it and go, okay, I need a little bit more upper lat. How can we specifically target that? But if you haven't got that foundation, if you haven't built some serious tissue with your basic compound movements, Step away from this, focus on that, build some quality tissue. Then in years to come, you can refine it. That's one of the biggest issues in the bodybuilding today. I can spend hours in this tiny little gym bag trying to find fucking these things. Jesus. But a tool that should always be used on a back day. 9 times out of 10, your grip will fatigue far before your back does. So if you can eliminate that and take back to failure, then do so. Use these. Big man getting in the way, lot. He wants to be on camera. It's pretty light. Too easy. Fuck. And even if you are performing that exercise, you can still load the exercise. Make sure there's adequate weight there, so the intensity is where it needs to be. Yeah, so because obviously I lift relatively heavy, so you can't go just straight in on a working set. There always needs to be a couple of, as people like to call feeler sets, but like sort of warm up to your top weight. But I won't do many reps on the first couple of sets, so I don't want to fatigue myself for, you know, the working sets. But I'm basing it off 2 working sets at the moment. Might vary per exercise, but normally 2 working sets. Sometimes a heavy one, and sometimes slightly more of a back off set, a few more reps, but I tend to just prefer 2 heavy ass sets, rep range around 8 to 10. And that's what I'll do on most exercises at the moment. 2 working sets. It's more than enough. If I push the volume up too much, I don't get as much from it, and then you need more time to recover, you need more food to recover. So I'd rather keep your volume not too high, but the intensity optimal during those sets. Oh. Oh. I have 2 separate back days at the moment. As you'll see today, a lot of this is unilateral work, so I can really isolate the part of the back that I'm trying to focus on. So it's pretty much all unilateral work. There is 1 or 2 exercises in there which are not, but that's the method in today's back workout. And then I have a second back day, which is slightly different. There is still a heavy ass T-bar row in there, which is my favorite exercise, because you know I love that heavy shit. Oh. Oh. Short man syndrome. Got to kneel on this to reach the handles. 5'6.5". The half counts. So obviously this workout, the split, is tailored around obviously the improvements I need to make. I'm quite thick, I'm quite dense, hence the nickname the brick, thick as a brick. But judges' feedback was a little bit more back width, specifically the upper lat. I have quite thick lower lats and quite deep depth of tissue throughout my back, but I need a little bit more width in that upper lat, which overall is just going to create a better illusion, going to make you look wider up top, going to make you look narrower in the middle. So it's all about symmetry and balance. So that's why a lot of this unilateral stuff allows me to focus on the lat specifically. I have a tendency to naturally, because my mid back, my upper back's so strong, take over with that. Which is why I've been doing a lot of work and activation work with my yoga instructor as well to really activate the lats and make sure they're doing the work. So that's the whole reasoning behind sort of this workout today. It's just to create that little bit more width in that upper lat, which is just going to create a better package overall. And that's what we're always chasing for, is to bring a better package so the judges reward you for it. God. Back workout done. We are here now at Breathe HQ in Truro Town Centre. Yoga, basically. A lot of you guys will know how important yoga has been for me this year. It was when I spoke to the judges last year, they said you've got so much muscle, you just need to show it better. And it was actually my wife's idea to contact Dan. And since working together, he knows exactly what we're trying to achieve. I can pose for him, I can send him photos and say, look, we need to open up this, we need to be able to increase the ability to twist into this shot. And I work with him on a weekly basis. He's also implemented a morning routine for stretching mobility, which I do every day. And then I do some one-to-one work with him once a week, and it's made a massive difference. But not only have we done that as well, we do a lot of breath work as well, which is fantastic when I'm on stage, because it allows me to get into the pose and hold the pose without blowing and losing control of my midsection because I'm out of breath. So it's been massively important. And today we're really going to focus on some rotational work some stretching where we're really sort of lengthening the lat. So yeah, it's not as easy as it looks, trust me.
Bit warm up?
Yeah, as always.
Okay. Arms out. Exhale. Brilliant. Look up. Inhale. And then elbows. Yeah, good. Inhale. Lift up. Fantastic. I want to get into the hanging lateral flexion.
Yeah.
So we're going to use bar for that.
Yeah.
By leaning in, and you can hold with two hands, or you can hold with one. But what you're trying to do is really open up.
Yeah.
You can feel that a bit more by allowing yourself to fall rather than to actually hold. And again, feet placement is going to be. It will depend on how it feels. So you may need to move this way. That's why we'll see how it goes. But as soon as you feel it really opening out like that, lat and hip, and then you're starting to feel it in the right places. Good. That curve is fantastic. Really good. And then give yourself a break off that side. Wait. Keep those hips forward. Inhale. And then as you exhale, rotate. Keep the left hip forward, good. And again. And rotate. Nice. Good. One more. And rotate. Brilliant. And rotate first. Good. Pretty nice. Yeah?
Yeah, it's like that.
No.
Always feels good.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So like the one we just did before, but this is a bit, you've got your wider legs.
Yeah.
How's that feeling on the inside of the...
Yeah, nothing at all.
So you can actually go a little bit wider if you're still feeling nothing with the legs.
Foot placement,
Yeah, and that allows you to fold a little bit more. Yeah, and then how's that feel?
Yeah.
Okay. And just breathe there, relax the head a little bit. Okay, breathe. Nice. Just working gently to fold a little bit by little bit. And if you feel like you can bring the hands down slightly, you can just tilt the blocks down. That's it. As you get a little bit deeper. Part of what we do with what I'm doing with Lewis is we're trying to release and let's say make malleable the areas that he needs to show, and if his front of his chest is released and loose, it allows more access to muscles in the back of the chest, back of the shoulders. And when you first came to me, one of the areas was you wanted to flare the back area of your upper left, was it upper right shoulder? And by releasing the front, this posture is particularly good at that. We can then have access to that. So sometimes looking at a completely different angle allows us to then find the space to then be able to show something else.
Yes, guys, that is it. Another day done. This morning we hit a big pull session, as you saw. Then spent some time with my yoga instructor, who, as I explained earlier, has been super beneficial this year with implementing things to really emphasize my physique in the best way possible. And then you didn't get to catch it on camera, but I did have some lymphatic drainage, which is just another treatment that I'm utilizing on a weekly basis to aid with recovery. So yeah, that's it. Another day done. Pick the kids up from school, eat a few more meals, go to bed, and we do it all again tomorrow.